Hi, my name's Everett Weston, and I'm going to be reviewing 5 cooking terms. The first term I'm going to talk about is peeling. Peeling is used to remove or strip the skin of a fruit or vegetable. So examples of this would be like an apple or an orange or a banana. It's pretty easy. Most of the time you just use a knife, or for something like a banana you could just use your hand, or for an orange you can also use your hand. And finally, it's pretty easy to do, depending on the type of food that you're cutting. The second thing I'm going to talk about is chopping. Chopping is an action where you cut food into small pieces using a sharp edge. Most foods that this is used for are vegetables. This would be a medium difficulty depending on the food type. Next, I'm going to talk about dicing. Dicing is an action where you cut food into small squares using a sharp edge or knife. This technique would be used for cutting cheese, carrots, onions, or other small and hard foods. This is also one of the harder techniques that I will show today. Now I'm going to discuss steaming. So steaming is an action where you cook small vegetables and fruits over a boiling pot. The steam gives it a nice flavor. This is usually pretty easy since the only thing that you need to have is a boiling pot. And finally, I'm going to review grating. Grating is an action where you finely divide food by rubbing it on a surface with sharp prongs. This is used for stuff like butter or cheese. It's not that hard, just be careful to not cut your fingers. The following terms can be used to make the dish chicken noodle soup, which is an easy difficulty. So now I'm going to discuss how you can use the different cutting methods to make chicken noodle soup, or to make some of the ingredients in chicken noodle soup. So one of the first things you can do is dice and chop the carrots and onions. To chop the onions and carrots, you would need to get out a cutting board and a sharp knife, and make sure to wash the cutting board after each ingredient. So you need to hold the ingredient with one hand and use the claw method to cut the onion or the carrot into small squares. In order to steam the vegetables, you would need to get all of the vegetables into a steaming pot and then steam for a little while. You can also use the peel method to peel the skin of the onion, or to peel the skin of the carrot to make carrot shavings for the soup. One of the final things you can do is for the chicken. So first you need to skin the chicken using the peeling method. Then once you cook the chicken, you can use the chop method to separate it to make it easier to eat. And then you can put all of the ingredients together into like a crock pot or just a steamer to steam it and give it extra flavor. The last ingredient we're going to talk about is basil. So for basil, you can get out a cutting board and chop it or dice it into small pieces, and then you can steam that with the rest of the ingredients to make the chicken noodle soup. And that's how you can incorporate the 5 cooking terms that we discussed earlier into dishes such as chicken noodle soup.